You got the chat open?
I'll leave this open in case we
Hey guys. All right, can someone please send us a chat and make sure that you guys can hear us okay? Thank you, Jared. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, guys. So my name's Kelsey. I work at PGI, and I basically kind of overrun or run the marketing department here. A lot of you I have talked to, so thank you again for joining. I'm just going to go ahead and actually pull up my webcam really quick so you guys can see me. Hi! We haven't actually done webcam before, so I wanted to kind of say hello, because a lot of the time we're just talking on the phone, so I wanted you guys to actually put a face to a name. And then also on top of that, you know, going forward with Premiere this year, we're really going to start encouraging doing like web chat and webcam and, you know, live trainings. That way you guys can see us while we're doing the training as well. But then, you know, going forward, you'll also be able to see us, and we want to give you guys more of that friendly and more personable aspect. I'm going to go over a couple of things today. Feel free to type any questions in the question box as we're going, and we can kind of answer them later on. But the first thing and foremost thing I'm going to work on today is going to go over our Ezlynx consumer quoting. And what that is basically a online platform that you guys can obtain from Ezlynx, and I can also request it for you. And it will give you the opportunity to have a live online quoting engine. And what I mean by that is basically Ezlynx will provide you 3 key things. They'll provide you with a consumer quoting link so your customer can go in and get a live quote from the carriers that you guys have. On top of that, they're also going to give you a customer portal link. And what that'll be is it'll be an opportunity for your customer to have a website link to go to where they can log in with their email address if it's registered in Ezlynx, and then enter in a temporary password, and they can actually print their ID cards. They can request changes inside their policy, and they can do some other key things like update information and so on and so forth. So those are the 2 key links that you're going to get from Ezlynx. The third one that you're going to get is we're actually going to show you how to embed this quoting engine onto your Facebook page. So you can direct people directly to Facebook, or you could actually take that link that they give you, upload it to your website, Google My Business, email signature, kind of wherever you want to place it. Some of you I've already done this with, so bear with me as we kind of run through it. But for you who we haven't done this for, you're more than welcome to kind of go in and kind of follow this whole process. If you start with Facebook specifically and actually install the Ezlynx app into your Facebook page, that will send a pre-written email to Ezlynx, and they'll kind of start the process. Once they get that request, the next thing that will come in is you'll actually receive a DocuSign document from Ezlynx. It's going to ask you for your key information, name, phone number, email, but then it's also going to ask you what carriers you're appointed with and your codes. Now, when you get that DocuSign, don't worry about the codes. Just go ahead and enter in all the carriers that you guys have access to, and that will kind of get the rest of the process rolling. Once Ezlynx has received that DocuSign, it'll take about 2 to 5 business days to process the whole entirety of the consumer quoting, and they'll send you an email with a link, and you'll have everything you need at your fingertips. So this is Premier's Facebook page. If you guys haven't liked our page, I definitely encourage you guys to come in here. I share a lot of content that you guys will be able to come in and share to your guys' own business page. You can just come in here and then click share to page. So feel free to do that at any time. Again, we're also doing a lot of videos going forward into 2018, and also a lot of updates and article writing from our executive team. So I really encourage you to get in here. But back to kind of what we're doing. So as you see here on the left-hand side, there is a get quotes option. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. This is the Ezlynx consumer quoting. So as you can see here, you have your main getting started page, auto quote, home quote, and then the final page, which will actually give you physical numbers and will automatically up the client's information into Ezlynx for you. Now I'm going to say that one more time. This will save you a ton of time. Your client can come directly in here. They'll put in all their information that you will need to run any type of quote, whether it's home or auto, and it will automatically upload into Ezlynx. So let's make the customer actually get in here and do the key work. And then from there, you don't have to enter in anything. So it's a huge time saver. So first and foremost, the way that we get this button onto our Facebook page, we're going to first start by logging into Facebook. Now, if you have a business page, this will be key for that. If you go to this little drop-down arrow on the top right-hand corner, this is where you'll be able to see the pages that you're currently managing. You'll go ahead and click on the one that you want to upload it to. And then at that time, you go up to the search bar, and we're just going to go ahead and type in Ezlynx consumer quoting. Once you click on that, there should be a couple of options. The first one that we see here is going to be this Ezlynx consumer quoting app. Now, what this is it's an app that will plug into your existing business page, and all you have to do is click Use Now. Once the page loads, it's going to go ahead and ask you to set this app up. You just go ahead and click on this red button, and you can choose which Facebook page you'd like to add it to. So of course, I already have it installed onto Premiere, so it's not going to populate here, but I'm just going to use another page that I have as an example. So you'll go ahead and click on it, and then click Add Page Tab, which will be right down here on the right bottom corner. So once we go ahead and click on that button, it's then going to ask you if you'd like to continue. You can go ahead and click OK. And then at that time, the app has physically been installed onto that page specifically. So as you can see here, we completed step 1. Then step 2 is going to ask you to actually go back to your business Facebook page and click on that app that's been installed. So for example, I'm going to go into that page that I went ahead and installed it on. And then as you see here down below, we have this Get Quotes button now. So you're going to go ahead and click on it. And then as you see here, it's going to ask you for some key information. So your name, your last name, your agency name, phone number, email, and then in the message box, we just want to put in here to set up CQ, which is the consumer quoting. And then we also want to put in here customer portal. Once you click send request, again, in 1 to 2 business days, as you guys see here, you will get that DocuSign document from Ezlynx. You'll go ahead and fill it out, and then within 5 days, you will have your consumer quoting link, your customer portal link, and then also your get quotes button will actually be functioning inside of your actual Facebook business page. So again, I'll show you kind of what the end result looks like when we're in Premiere's side. So this is what it'll look like when it's fully functioning. So that's basically the key setup. It's super simple, very easy. Now, what I want to do is I actually have screenshots to walk you guys through what the consumer quoting actually looks like, because I do get a lot of questions about this, you know, what information is provided and what the customer actually has to fill out. So as you can see here, I'm using one of our agencies out of Wisconsin as an example. We went ahead and set this up for him. This is the first step. So this is going to be the getting started first step that's inside of the quoting tool. It's going to ask you for your first name, last name, email, zip code, and what type of quote that you actually want. You can do home, condos, renters separately, you can do auto separately, or we can do both. Now, the key to this consumer quoting is one really, really big thing. At the very, very end, you guys will see here is the actual quote that comes back. It'll have the premium amounts, and then it'll say contact me. What will happen at this point is the customer is now uploaded into Ezlynx as a prospect. So if we were to go into the super search in Ezlynx, we could actually pull the customer. All their information will be in there. And then you'll also see these key quotes populated inside of there as well. You have to follow up with this customer right away because two things. A, there may be another company, right, that we could quote them with. And secondly, there may be discounts available or some, different things that you could adjust on the actual policy itself to make these premiums go down. Now, when we pull the clue reports, that also, comes into factor with all of this. So the key to this is once that customer actually fills this out, follow up immediately. And that way you can kind of use it as another sales motives to say, hey, I might have some extra discounts available, or let me actually give you a couple more options, depending on what carriers you have in what state. So I'm going to go ahead and just walk through this one by one so you can kind of see the full spectrum of it. So we're going to go ahead and do both a home and an auto package deal for this one. So this first tab is going to be the driver's section. You have first name, last name, date of birth, gender, driver's license information, occupation, and then some key questions down below. Has your driver's license ever been suspended, or do you need SR22? So the next tab we're going to go to is, again, the driver summary of what you just uploaded. But then also, let's say you want to add your spouse, or you have a child that you need to add, or whoever it may be. This is where you can click on that add additional driver button to add a second option inside of here. In the next box, we're going to go ahead and enter in the actual vehicle information. So for this example, we went ahead and added a Bentley because that's totally what I want to drive one day. You'll enter in the year, make, model, body style. Is the vehicle used for personal use, business? Do you do any delivery with it? And what kind of deductible are you kind of looking at? Now, you'll see here if we actually look closely, there's this what is this option. So what this will do is if the customer actually clicks or highlights over this, it will explain exactly what the question is asking for. It will kind of go over coverages. So there's no kind of gray area on what specifically we're looking for here. Now, of course, most customers, you will definitely want to explain some of the coverages options, right? Deductible options with them. So again, the second that you get the email, once the customer is done with this, follow up right away, go over the quote with them, go over other options that they have so that way the kind of educational piece to this whole thing doesn't get missed. So once we enter all that information, you'll see here's your vehicle summary. Again, if you need to add additional vehicles, there is an add additional vehicle button that you can click to add multiple cars. So the next option is going to be driver incidents. So this is going to be any car accidents, anything that could possibly come up on those clue reports. Now, again, this is, a lot of people will forget that they've had an accident and stuff like that. So this is something that you may have to edit inside of that quote down the road. Just be aware that this option is inside of here, and we definitely want to encourage that if they have any accidents or violations, that they definitely want to add it here to their fullest ability to give all the key information that we need. Once we get to the next section, this will actually go over the actual coverages options. Again, it gives them multiple options, and this will vary state to state. So Just know that when you're following up with the customer, make sure that we want to use this as a selling point to them on why the premium coverage selection is the best way to go. However, it really is on a case per case basis depending on the client itself. Okay, so this is where we actually get into the property information. So this will be resident address, mailing address, is this home under construction? And then it gets into the actual, dwelling key information, details and structure information. So, what's your square foot? Is this your primary residence? Are you looking for just renters or are you looking for full coverage? What's your heat source? Again, all the information that you would be asking if you were on the phone with someone or exchanging emails, it's all kind of right here laid out for you. So here's the second page of that dwelling information form. Again, it goes into property accessories. It goes into a lot of some key information. So Ezlynx does have more options that we can add to this. We are working on kind of creating a more streamlined process specifically for Premier agents. So you may see this change over time, but just know that we are looking to get some additional options built inside of here. All right, so this is the home coverage page. So this will go over what type of property coverage. And again, you'll see that what is this button right here on the right-hand side. So if they do have questions, they can click on it and get a more explanation on what type of number we're looking for. They also have drop-down options, so they can automatically choose from a selected drop-down list. And just like on the auto, we have a losses page. So if there's any home losses that need to be added here, we definitely want to get those implemented as well. All right, so this is kind of like the confirmation final page. You have applicant details, you have auto policy information, kind of when are you looking to start your policy term? Do you have an existing term? What kind of limits are you at right now? What carrier are you using? And then home policy information, when do you want your policy to begin? Do you have an existing term? When does it expire? And then this part right here, and I'm circling, is probably one of the most important parts about this. So we need to verify that it's okay that we obtain a credit score. So Ezlynx has built that question in. And again, what is this option is also there so they can get an exclamation. Then there's also a privacy policy. So this is basically saying that their information is secure through this Ezlynx website and that they have a full privacy policy and it's on a secure site. So all the information that has been uploaded is safe. And then also you'll see that there is an understanding of accuracy. So this is basically saying that they're providing, the most accurate information possible. And then there is room to provide any type of comments as well. And then this is where the quotes will actually populate. So depending on your state and your area, what carrier access you have, you may have 10 carriers that pop up, you may have 2. And we all know with Ezlynx, some of the carriers don't work inside of here, some do. And also, it may be risky business for some carriers. So I wouldn't say that all your carriers will always populate. I can guarantee you that at least 2 to 3 will populate, but it just depends on a case-by-case basis. So depending on, what type of client, what type of business, all of those are going to kind of come into play, just like if you were doing this through Ezlynx specifically. But I would say, the reason I'm kind of going over this is, as an independent insurance agent, we're all about, we need to save time, right? Especially some of you guys are completely solo in your business venture. And so anything that we can do to kind of get that key information, but still, have a full sales pitch to kind of go along with it will help. So ultimately, if we can have the customer come in here and get their key information and save you 5 to 10 minutes on uploading the policy information and their basic information, 10 minutes can go a long way. So that's basically Ezlynx consumer quoting in a nutshell. Again, feel free to follow the steps through Facebook if you guys are interested in getting it. And if you guys are not on Facebook, just shoot me over an email and I'll get that all set up and implemented for you. And we'll have Ezlynx send over the DocuSign document.
Hey, Kelsey, we do have a question. We have Caleb who's asking for Facebook quoting, is there a way to exclude the most basic quote option from Safeco that pays the lower commission rate? I only offer enhanced or above.
Not currently, but again, we are working with Ezlynx to kind of do it in more advanced consumer quoting option, I would say, for them. I don't know what the build out time is for that. Ezlynx has some other key things coming out soon. They have their automation, like whole, basically lifetime. I'm not even exactly sure what the actual name of it is that they're naming it. Do you know?
I'm not sure either, but Caleb, I actually might have a solution for you, at least in the meantime. Under your carrier defaults in Ezlynx, you can actually go in and set specifically for Safeco which product you would like to run for all of your quotes. So Ezlynx is just going to pull from the settings that you already have. So I would definitely recommend going into your carrier defaults under settings and going into Safeco and adjusting it to not set to say it enhanced or excuse me, essential, which we know pays that lower commission. So that would probably be the best option there. If you don't know how to do that, just give your trainer or even myself a call and we can help walk you through that.
Yeah, and so if you set that up inside of Ezlynx, then Ezlynx is only going to pull specifically what you have populated through there. So that will definitely help as well, and that will eliminate that, basically exactly what you're asking. So
we actually do have a couple more questions.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Connie would like to know if there's any fees for doing this.
No fees, everything's free. Woo!
And then we also have Terry who's asking another question. If the applicant does not complete all of the steps or information, will we get their contact info or at least a notification of their interest?
No. So you actually have to fill out the whole entirety of the form to get all the information. Now, let's say Bob Joe fills out page 1 and then just kind of like X's out of the browser or the Facebook page. You're not going to get any of that key information. However, if you guys want to get advanced with this, we could actually put some like KPI tracking onto that actual Facebook app for Ezlynx or that actual URL or website address. So we can kind of see where that customer is coming from and what information they're putting in. Now, that is a little bit more advanced, but there is some key ways where we can make sure that if anyone is filling out that quoting form, that way we can kind of see where it's going and we can track it. So if you guys are interested in that, we can definitely do that. But I would just encourage, if you have a customer and, they're coming on here and you're encouraging people to go through the online quoting tool, just let them know ahead of time. It's going to take, 4 to 5 steps to actually get a live quote. Now, if we were to go through Geico online, or if we were to go through, Farmers online or whoever it may be, all of those online processes are going to be multi-step, right? So if anyone has ever done an online quoting, they're going to understand that it's going to not just be, name, phone number, email. However, there is other things that we can do for online quoting aspects. Now, there is like SurveyMonkey where we could build out an actual survey, which is just like basic information. Safeco specifically has a quoting tool that has a very simple kind of like key information page to it. It doesn't actually walk you through all the steps. So if we're interested in doing something different that's a little bit more basic, just reach out to me and we can figure out what works best for your agency and what's easy.
Okay, we also have Jennifer who's new to PGI. She's asking, our agency is new and I'm currently working with a representative from Ezlynx to set up and create the website. Is this something that you will do or assist me with in creating the site?
Yes, so if you're going through Ezlynx website creation, they will automatically do this for you.
All right. We also have Lance on the line too, asking, can we get a disclosure summary page regarding the rate subject to change based on information received? And this quote is not contract to bind.
Yeah, so inside the actual privacy policy that they have inside of there, it actually discloses that information if we were to actually click through and get in there. Now, when you actually log on to the Ezlynx site, like the direct link, there's a certificate, and it's basically housed inside of the website itself. That's for security reasons. You'll see on my screen right now, there's this secure button right here. You can actually click on this and you can actually see more information about their certificate itself. As you can see here, here's the site settings, here's kind of the certificate itself. This will go into more information about Ezlynx specifically and how they're securing their website, and that goes for consumer quoting. But for the actual policy itself, saying that it's not contractual, there isn't really anything in there. But again, remember what I said, it's key to follow up right away. Once you get that email, once they hit the submit, follow up with them, let them know what's going on, introduce yourself, kind of give them all the basic information that they need to know. And that way you can kind of finagle the quote from there. All right. Good questions, guys. Awesome. And again, like if you guys have any more questions, call me. I'm at my desk Monday through Friday. I'm here to help you guys with all marketing avenues, not just Ezlynx specifically. You know, we can go into reviews, social media, website design, Ezlynx, graphic work, all that stuff. I can totally help with anything. So just shoot me an email. I'll get you guys on my calendar. We'll spend an hour together and we'll kind of go through specifically what your agency needs.
All right. So David Worthington would like to know, how will we know that someone went to our Facebook page and got a quote? Will we be notified?
Yeah, so once they click get a quote, you'll actually get an email right away, and you'll also get a notification up here inside of Ezlynx that will let you know that a prospect has been uploaded. If you want to set up specific KPIs, which is like a more advanced thing of tracking, we can set up some more tracking efforts to see where the business is actually coming from. So let's say you put your link on your Google My Business page, they click straight onto Facebook, and then from Facebook they click on Get Quotes. Those KPI trackings can actually see the full workflow of where the actual customer came through, and basically it's just a big data lot that we can kind of track and kind of see what's going on.
Okay, so we do have another question too. Is there any way to capture contact information for new prospects who just fill out the first page but do not go through the whole process to quote?
No, there's not. Again, if you want a more basic leads form, as we call it, Facebook actually has what we call a leads page that you can download. Let me get back into there. There's also a ton of different like apps that you can download, and that way it's just maybe like 5 questions, right, that you're asking. I haven't looked this up before, but we can kind of see what's in here. I would just do some research too, or reach out to me directly and we can kind of see what is available. But there's probably an app that we can download that will just automatically link, and you can create your own questions and then it will automatically send you an email. Again, if you haven't heard of SurveyMonkey, I highly recommend using it. It's a really great tool to go in there and kind of build your own surveys, build your own lead forms. You can build your own questionnaires. You can really build anything inside of there. So I would look into that, or reach out to me again directly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next kind of subject. I have had a ton of you guys reach out to me in regards to Ezlynx email campaign. Not that long ago, I had one of our dealerships call me and ask me how we can kind of do a more advanced feature of Ezlynx campaign. So just know that what I'm going to show you guys today is very basic. I'm also going to show you a little bit of graphic work on how we can kind of manage this. and make it more personable and brand your agency specifically inside of this campaign. But then also, if you're looking for more advanced features, reach out to me again directly. I have a pre-made video on how you can code in key things to this Ezlynx email campaign to make it, again, a lot more personable and really represent your brand kind of to the more advanced level inside of here. So first and foremost, this is Ezlynx. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to talk about kind of the initial setup of this and kind of how to make this a lot easier on yourself. So the one thing about Ezlynx is we are encouraging you guys to pull a report that will pull your actual clients itself. So right here is going to be your reporting feature. Again, this may look a little bit different from your guys' computer. I'm working on a Mac, so some of these do look a tad different, but Ezlynx itself should be the same. So we're going to go ahead and click on the reporting button. And then once this loads, I already pulled a test report. But you'll see in here that there is hundreds of different types of reports that you can pull for your agency information. There's activity summary, there's consumer quoting details. So if you guys are using that consumer quoting link, you can actually pull a full report on who's actually uploaded through here, through this report specifically. Birthday detail, so I'm going to specifically talk about this one because what you may want to do down the road is set up an email campaign for all of your clients to basically send them a happy birthday email on their actual birthday. So this will be a really key thing to maybe test this out with when you guys are doing it yourself. We also have book of business summary, CrossSell Details. So this is maybe you want to send an email campaign to everyone who you have written their auto policy but don't actually have their home or renter's policy. We can actually pull that cross-sell detail, get all those email addresses, and then pull a report and then create the campaign to sell homeowners products. Claims information, probably won't use that too much. Commission information, won't probably use that too much for email campaigning. But this all policy transaction detail, this is where you can actually pull that master email list of all your clients and all of the email addresses associated to it. Again, there's a lot of other information in here too. You could pull a report to specifically prospects that you've done through Ezlynx. So if you in the past month have had 20 prospects but didn't actually bind that business, you could pull a report with those prospects' email and send them a follow-up email that says, hey, we didn't actually sell you a policy, but if you're interested, we're still here, give us a call. So that's the reporting aspect to this thing. And then we'll kind of go into the actual campaign itself. So you have your dashboard is the first option, applicants is the second, third is policy management, and then the fourth one is going to be email campaigns and voice texting. So we're going to go ahead and click on new campaign. And this is what the campaigning feature looks like. So we're going to call this campaign Welcome to PGI. And then here you can actually type in email addresses or clients that are in Ezlynx specifically. It's probably not going to load for me right here because Premier's Ezlynx is massive, so it takes a long time for the data to come through. But at the agency level, you guys, oh, here we go. You should be able to type in the actual client's name and you could send it directly here. However, to save yourself some time, we want to actually just use that report that we just pulled. So as you can see, I have my test report right here. You can go ahead and click on it. And then we're just going to go ahead and click next. Now there is setup and schedule options that you can click to, and then if you do need video help, they do have this video help button too. All right, so now we're into the actual setup itself. So this is where we can do multiple things. First and foremost, we were talking about automation a little bit, right? That's kind of the future for the insurance world. We really want to encourage you to start saving time when it comes to all of this online marketing by creating multi-step campaigns, and that's what we're going to call this. So as you see here, the first thing I want to point out is there is an option to add a step, and you can add multiple steps. So what will happen is we're going to say these clients are brand new to PGI. We already sold their business, or we already bound the business, so they are a true PGI client. And we just want to send them a welcome email, okay? So the first step, step one, we're going to actually name this the welcome email. Then the second step may be 5 days later, but we're going to call this maybe welcome to PGI part 2, or here is the key contact information that you need for PGI. So it'll basically be 5 days later, and it'll be a follow-up email. Then we have a third step where maybe this step is going to be, follow us on social media specifically, and then in the content of the body of the email, it'll go over all of our social media handles and where to follow us, so that way we're kind of advertising ourselves from a marketing standpoint. And then we could even add another step where it says, please leave us a review. So, this one goes day 1 when they come on board. This one goes 5 days later. This one goes 2 weeks later. And this one goes 30 days later. So that way we've set up a full multi-step campaign for your client. And that way you don't even have to worry about sending 4 different emails. You actually just have to worry about creating the 4 separate emails, and it will automatically send for you. So that's a multi-step feature inside of Ezlynx. Now down here you'll see there is a template button. So Ezlynx does have pre-made template options available. Again, they have a 3-step campaign already built out. And so if we were to actually click on it, you'll see this is if you were pulling a prospect list. And basically it has 3 steps. After day 1 you get this email, after 2 days you get the second email, and after 3 days, or after 4 days, you get the third email. So they do have options in here. Now you'll see it's very, very basic. And that's kind of what I'm going to go in today, is how can we create custom branding inside of here to make it a little bit more foxier, as Sean Michael Walker likes to say. So what I'm going to do is, before we kind of get into the coding and what all these key buttons do, is I'm actually going to minimize this, and I'm going to pull up this is just Word. It's called Pages, but this is basically the Word version of Mac. So what you would do is you can actually open up Word, and you got to think about this as a white canvas, as if we were going to paint a picture. So what I'm going to show you guys today is kind of how to build like a welcome banner specifically for this campaign. So what I did is I found some little graphics online. There's a couple key sites that you can go to that are free and don't have licenses attached to them, so you guys are able to use them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically build a welcome header. So because this is welcome to PGI, I'm going to do a Denver background, and I'm just going to kind of mod this out a little bit to be not as bold. Again, don't feel like you need special programs to do graphic work, because you really don't. And again, if you guys want help learning more about graphic design, reach out to me directly and I can help you. So we're just going to go ahead and type in here, welcome to Premiere. We'll find a cool text that stands out. Text is going to be one of the key things when it comes to graphic work. It's kind of the thing that sets it apart. We'll kind of make this a little bit bigger. And oops. There we go. All right, so now we kind of have our text in there that we need. I'm going to make the background a little bit more transparent so we can kind of see Welcome to Premier a little bit brighter. Now, it's all about branding, right? So we want to clip in key logos that you guys have for your business. So we're just going to go ahead and add this up here. And then maybe you want to throw in, you know, some little graphic like hi, or maybe you want to add like your contact information below, whatever it may be. We can kind of add these over on the side here. But again, it's all about you being creative and kind of making your own. But then also sticking to kind of the key basics to your brand. You know, what does your logo look like? What is your color theme? So on and so forth. So I'm actually going to change the color of this because it doesn't really work with Premier's red, white, and blue theme. All of Word programs will have these color options. As you can see, we can adjust here. We can add a temperature to it, so we can go up and down. We can add tint, so we can make it green, red, so on and so forth. I'm actually just going to go to classic kind of black and white theme. Let's see here. And what do you know? It looks completely different. So this is going to be our Welcome to Premier email header. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and I'm going to make it into an actual picture itself. And that's kind of graphic 101 right there. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up Ezlynx campaign. So first and foremost, I'm going to use this template that they already have going. And I'm just going to change some stuff in it. That way we're not kind of starting from square one. So we're going to call this Welcome to Premier Group Insurance. And then what we're going to do down here is we're going to go ahead and add our photo. So let's see here. Here's the image button. So we have source code. I'm going to just go over some of these symbols with you guys. Source code. So this is HTML coding. Again, this is what I was talking about before for the more advanced features specifically. You can actually code in links and code in some key things by finding that source code. Copy button. This is undo, bold option, text option, strikeout. These are bullet points, number points. This is your actual like alignment. Do you want it to the side? Do you want it centered? This is to add a link. This is to add a flag to make it high priority or an anchor. And then you have image, table options, insert lines, styles, format for your font. And then this is a personalization tag. Right here, what you guys see is a personalization tag. So what will happen is we pulled that report. Let's say there's 200 email addresses on there. This will basically pull from that report and say, okay, Bob Joe, your name's going to go here. Lucida Williams, your name's going to go here. Cassandra Hayne, your name's going to go here. Kelsey Oglesby, your name's going to go here. So it's going to automatically pull the name, so you don't have to customize this per each individual. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this picture. You can just go ahead and click Browse Server. All right, so this is actually what I already have on my Ezlynx library already. Now you can click on From My Computer to upload, and then you can choose the file specifically. And then I will go to my desktop where I saved that and find my welcome. All right, so once a file has been shown here, just go ahead and click Next. And then you can crop the size that you want. So we want to do the whole size, so we're just going to go ahead and fill that out. And I'm going to type in here, Welcome to PGI, and name it. I'm going to go ahead and click Next after that, and then Save. So once I click save, you can just go ahead and it's going to give you these image properties and you'll just hit OK. And next thing you know, you have your email graphic inside of there. So it was very easy for us to do that, very basic. Again, if you guys need help with the graphic piece or uploading this, feel free to reach out to me directly. But that's kind of one key thing that we can do to really customize a lot of these Ezlynx campaigns. Now, again, you'll see there's a lot of other key options when it comes to personalization. We can put in a footer tag if we wanted to. So it would, again, be another image and it would have maybe your email signature on there as well. The other thing that I want to kind of go over a little bit is how to add links inside of here. I do get that question quite frequently. So there is this link option right here. It's actually really new. They didn't have it before. So we can just type in here, Google, for example, and hit OK. And then it will enter that live clickable link for you. We want to make sure we're always using this link button because when we send out an email and you don't link it, the client won't be able to actually click on it and they're going to have to copy and paste, which in turn kind of will steer people away from actually going through with the whole process. So I really encourage you guys to use the links. On top of that, don't be afraid to use these personalization tags. This will auto-populate your name, phone number, the client's name, client's email addresses. There's a ton of different options inside of here. As you can see, you can choose dates. You can actually upload your consumer quoting link directly in here if you're sending this to prospects. So there is options and I would definitely encourage that. And you'll just click this button right here. Now that's kind of the basics that I wanted to go over for Ezlynx campaign. Again, this can get really customized if we start going into HTML, and I do have another advanced webinar that I can do with you guys or video that I can send to you. But I'm going to kind of leave it here, and I'm going to kind of leave it to see if there's any questions that we have.
Sure,
and we'll kind of go in there.
One question, Lance is asking if trigger emails can be created.
Yeah, so that's exactly what this is basically triggered emails. So it's not exactly automized. Ezlynx, their new software that's coming out, I think it's in Q4, will be more automized and will trigger. Let's say Bob Joe clicks on this email, it will trigger a whole different email campaign that is coming later this year, but it's not quite 100% yet in here. If you guys are looking for a solution that's like instant right now and you want to get into automation, check out Infusionsoft. It's a great program. It is kind of expensive, but it will basically put your clients in a full lifetime cycle. You can set up automized text messages, automized Facebook Messenger. You know, we see here in the future that everything is kind of going towards this whole texting lifestyle. So definitely check out Infusionsoft.
Kelsey, would you mind showing them how to maybe customize an email signature in Ezlynx?
Yeah, like how to build one specifically, like down here.
Yeah, under the settings, you can usually customize how you want to present your email signature.
Let's see here.
All right. So here under the settings little icon, you have a couple different features that you can maneuver around with. So if we either go to our email signature or Ezlynx preferences, you can actually customize what you want your e-signature to look like. Do you mind if I leave this page?
So inside of that email signature too, guys, you should be able to upload your logo and stuff like that. I highly recommend in every single email signature you have to put a review us on Google button or link. It's something that we really need to start initiating with all of our agencies, is getting more reviews and really becoming more of a, you know, huge network for PGI on Google specifically. I am going to probably be sending out another webinar or doing another webinar specifically on Google reviews. So just a tad side note on that.
All right, so here if we click modify, you can actually, it looks just the same as email campaigns. You can upload any sort of images or links that Kelsey was talking about to customize your email signature. You can have that in every single email that you send via Ezlynx, or you can also do it just specifically for the email campaigns, and that will pre-populate at the end of that email campaign, that test one that we created, and show whatever's displayed here.
So again, that goes back to your personalization tags inside of Ezlynx campaign. You can trigger your email signature to automatically populate, and this is where you can edit that setting inside of here.
All right, we do have another question here from Jeff. He's asking, will the retention center tie in automated email campaign?
Ooh, I really don't know too much about this new software coming out yet. Chris Green and I, he's one of our agents down in Georgia, have been talking about, automation and how Ezlynx is specifically going to build this out. So I really don't know. I know that if you were to use Infusionsoft, you could pull a CVS file and you can upload and kind of connect those two. There's also a website called Zapier, which is a third-party basically connection app that will connect, Ezlynx to Process Street, Ezlynx to Infusionsoft, Ezlynx to QuickBooks. There's hundreds of different apps that you can connect together using Zapier. So I would maybe look into that right now if you're looking to do kind of that automation, retention center kind of integration. But I will get some more information from Rex Hickling, our president, and see kind of what he's heard from Ezlynx on the automation, and I'll let you know.
And Jeff, there are also some things that you can maybe do in the meantime to help, generate what you're trying to get at with retention. So maybe if you, let's say you had a list of clients who just renewed within the last week and you want to send them an email campaign, what you can do first is run a report and save that report to get those clients that you're looking to send the email campaign to. And here, let me actually see if we can do maybe just an example of something. So here under your reports tab, something that you could look at is maybe a policy management report, where we can take a look at an all policy transaction report. Details. So with reports, there's always going to be three main types of reports: your summary version, detail, and master. And reports for email campaigns, it's best to do details because we're looking for two main factors. We're looking for an applicant ID and an email address. So the detail will give you that information. So maybe if we wanted to look up an all policy transaction detail report, we can run this. Again, it's a little tricky and it might take a little while to run some of these reports because we are administrators and have all of PGI. But once you have this report created, you can set filters to just show, a specific time frame, maybe a sliding date for the last month or the last week or whatever time frame that you choose, and then set another filter to just see renewal business that's come through in that time frame. And then once you save that report, you can then generate an email campaign just like you would with a birthday or anything like that else, and then customize the content that's in there to maybe do an insurance review or maybe talk a little bit more about the renewal. Now, the retention center does give you more insight and more information on what's driving, things like change in premium or different factors that go into why their policy changed. So from there, it's not quite, because the automation center and the retention center are two separate things. The retention center is currently in place. You can get a lot of really good information from it, but it's not going to automatically generate anything for you at this point.
One more thing when it comes to retention center and automation and email campaignings, there is options to do big email campaigns that are not necessarily text heavy, as I call it. And let me just open my Google Drive really quick while we're talking about this, so you can kind of get an idea of what something specifically would look like. Now, let's see here. There's a lot of times when I send out an email to you guys, it's just a big picture, right? There's not really any text involved. So there is opportunities for you guys to create custom graphics that are going to be big and bold. And that way you can just kind of copy and paste that picture inside of your, and I can just show you, this is an example. You can just copy and paste that picture inside of the email campaign and send it without any text. It can just be heavy graphic. Now, this specifically right here that I have is basically a big picture that we would send out in an email. And as you can see, this is welcoming our new agents that have come on board. This would just go straight into the email body as a full picture, and you would just send it. So, all right, do we have any more questions?
No, I think we're pretty good on questions here so far.
Okay.
Lance did have another question too. He's wondering if email campaigns, the content that you create will be shared with other PGI agents.
Yes, so everything that I create inside of Ezlynx, I save as a template, and you guys should have full access to it.
So if an individual branch creates that content, are other PGI agents able to see it?
No, so if you create it at the branch level and you save it, you can't see it. But if I create it at the corporate admin level, then the rest of the PGI agencies should be able to see it.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I didn't have specific clarification on that first, so thanks for that, Kelsey.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for joining our webinar today, and a big thanks for Cassandra for helping me out. It's really awesome that you guys are getting on these. And again, if you guys have any specific marketing questions or need any advice, feel free to reach out to me. My email is kelsey@pgiagents.com, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you.
Yeah, and also just so you guys know, we do these webinars every other Wednesday. So the next one that we're going to be hosting will be with Brianda, and she's going to go in depth onto a lot of Ezlynx reporting as well too. So now that the conversion's starting to smooth over, we're really diving deep into all the different functionalities of Ezlynx. So be on the lookout next in about 2 weeks for that reports with Brianda.
All right, guys. Happy Wednesday. Have a great day. We'll all talk to you soon. Thanks.